Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. The House Democrats hopeful that upcoming House would release Epstein files. And President Donald Trump's name has popped up once again. And this is happening right after President Donald Trump signed, or I think before, signed the government shutdown bill. All right, so it seems like the Democrats were not pleased that Republicans won the battle when it comes to the shutdown. And now it seems like the Democrats is about to spill the beans. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support this channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. All right, so once again, Epstein emails back on the trending news. President Donald Trump facing Republican rebellion over House vote. All right, let's see what's going on here, guys. Again, like I said, it's just perfect timing. Chuck Schumer and the Democrats has lost against the Republicans when it comes to the government shutdown. And now all of a sudden, boom, look at this here. It's all political game. It's all a game that we are witnessing right now. A huge embarrassment. It is. Absolutely embarrassment. The president, Donald Trump, is bracing for a Republican rebellion after it was announced that the U.S. House will vote next week on a bill compelling the release of the Justice Department's complete Jeffrey Epstein case files. Uh-oh. President Donald Trump has been pulled deeper into the scandal after the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee released more Epstein emails. I guess the the Democrats were holding on to this card for the very end. All right, so it says here, including a 2011 email that President Donald Trump spent hours at the disgraced financier's house with a victim of, trafficking, and later message that said Trump knew about the who. I'm just going to highlight it. This platform is really strict, guys. President Donald Trump on Wednesday accused the Democrats of trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax and warned his fellow Republicans only a very bad or Republican will fall into that trap. What are your thoughts, guys? Is this all baloney stuff? Is it because the Democrats are very upset that the Republican won the government shutdown? Again, what are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But one thing I tell you guys is that the Democrats, they play these type of games. They do. They play these type of games. But again, we should see how all this plays out. But Jeffrey's name has popped up once again. So, what to know? Well, a vote on the files release is said to take place next week, earlier than expected, House Speaker Mike Johnson said Wednesday after Representative-elect Adelita was sworn in and added the final 218th signature to a discharge petition that requires the vote. Now, number 2, Democrat Adelita joins 4 Republicans rebels who have signed the petition. They are Representative Thomas Macy of Kentucky, Nancy Mace, Nancy Mace of South Carolina, Lauren Boebert of Colorado, and Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia. Now, number 3, it says here, President Donald Trump and officials and his administration have reportedly reached out to Boebert and Mace to ask them to remove their names from the petition. Macy has told reporters that the House parliamentarian told him signatures cannot be removed. All right, and the final one, number 5, I believe this is number 4. Yeah, number 4. Macy's theory could be tested soon. Democratic Representative Mickey plans to resign from the House next week to become New Jersey's governor. All right. So let's see what's going on with this one here, guys. Marjorie Taylor Greene applauds Epstein files vote, calls for full transparency. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene voiced strong support Thursday for the House Oversight Committee's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, celebrating the successful discharge petition that will force a floor vote on releasing all Justice Department's files related to the case. The Epstein file must be released. Every name, every page, every connection. Green posted on X. Hey, I agree with Green. I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Every name shall be released. I don't care if, again, all the names got to be released. These young ones that went through a lot with these sickos, all right, their names need to be released and they need to be put out in public. All right. So again, one thing about Donald, I don't know why Donald is trying to act so slick and hiding all this stuff. Well, we don't need to be releasing, and I don't want to get people in trouble. Donald, these people went after young ones. Who are you trying to protect? Obviously, there's someone in there that's perhaps maybe close to you, possibly a family member or something. But again, it doesn't matter. Names needs to be released. Also in the news, we're gonna skip this one here. See what's going on with this one. Representative Bell defends Epstein files push, slam shutdown deal. All this is happening after the shutdown deal. It's just absolutely mind blowing. The Democrats would play these games. Man. So, again, stuff like this should have been released months ago, not now. I mean, again, the American people are just fed up with all these games going on back and forth with the Jeffrey files. It says in a wide ranging interview on the news this morning, you have Representative Wesley, a Democrat, a freshman member of the House Oversight and Gov Reform Committee, defended the release of the Jeffrey related emails and criticized both parties over the recent Gov shutdown resolution. Bell pushed back against accusation of political opportunism, arguing that the Oversight Committee work in center on justice for victims. We are not in the business of protecting pedoph. Bell said. I agree. We don't protect them. We protect young ones. Anyone that protect these pedoph, you know what? It just complete. Again, you with them too. Now, once again, Bell said, adding that if Donald is innocent, the evidence will exonerate him. Here's the thing: if Donald is not releasing it and stuff like that, again, obviously there's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. I do believe there's a possibility foreign leaders' names are in there. And again, it will bring down the house for the entire world system. It will break trust. Again, world leaders is not gonna trust them no more. I mean, it could collapse the system. Put it like that. A congressman also claimed bipartisan support for Jeffrey Files' Transparency Act, noting that some of the Republicans are privately backing the measure despite pressure from Donald allies. They are balancing their fealty to Donald against the Constitution, Bell said, responding to criticism from former Donald aide Mike Dupke. Bell accused Republicans of hypocrisy, referencing past email releases time around election. Put the information out, Bell said. If someone's innocent, the evidence will show it. I remember Don Jr., that's Donald Trump's son. I remember, Instagram. He's like, release the file, release the file, release the file. And now he's kind of quiet. He's kind of quiet. Come on, Don Jr., tell your pops to release the files. Yeah, people can be acting like that. You're being hypocrites. On a shutdown deal, I voted no, Bell said, acknowledging the hardship for constituents but blaming the right leadership for the broader crisis. Bell concluded, we need to clean up this corruption. We need to start working for the American people. We hear that all the time. We hear that all the time. Here's the thing, but again, it's all politics stuff. This again, there's gonna be corruption, there's gonna be lies, there's gonna be cheats, there's gonna be steal. It's politics stuff. There's no peace in it. Did Donald spend Thanksgiving with Jeffrey as president? President Donald has been accused of spending Thanksgiving with Jeffrey in 2017, though there is a scant evidence to support this claim. Now, writing on X, the left representative Sean of Illinois posted a November 23rd, 2017 email exchange between modeling manager Faith Cates and Jeffrey, the and disgraced financier who passed by Suez in New York jail. Well, there's a lot of conspiracy going on in that 2019, while awaiting the charges. In the emails, the pair discussed Jeffrey Thanksgiving plans and referenced Donald, though messages did not specify that Donald was spending Thanksgiving with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the thing, guys. If that was the case, you know how many videos would be put out there? Again, back in 2017, there was a whole bunch of cell phones and cameras and all that type of stuff. That would have been all over the place in social media. So, again, there's no evidence of this. So, it's like the Democrats, it just seems like they're just putting out some baloney stuff here. Kasten wrote on X, Donald spent his first Thanksgiving after getting elected president with Jeffrey in 2017, while White House spokesperson told HuffPost these emails proved literally nothing. Newsweek contacted the White House, and we're going to skip all that. All right, so I'm just going to end it here. But you have a whole bunch of Democrats coming out. Also in the news, acting U.S. attorney faces scrutiny as Comey James challenges legitimacy. So you have Letitia James and all those people that were indicted. All right, so I'm going to leave this link in the description box. Check out the link. It has all these live updates of Jeffrey files and, all that type of stuff. But once again, Jeffrey name has popped up. And it seems like the left is just trying to start something here. Again, they lost that battle when it comes to the Gov shutdown. But again, right after that, all of a sudden, now the Jeffrey name is back on trending news. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.